5. The cure for heart disease. We've been asked to do this for months. At least a call a day comes in when somebody has heart disease and they don't know what to do. They had a stroke, they had a gout. What is it? It's anything that affects the heart, by definition. It's a disease that affects the heart. What it does to you is it restricts your blood flow. So this is a vein or an artery. And these little red parts are cracks. So just like an old rubber tube that expands and contracts, as we get older, we get cracks in our veins, in our arteries. Now the plaque, by the way, high cholesterol does not correlate with heart disease. The plaque fills in, starts to fill in. It covers these cracks until eventually all we have left flowing is just this area in here. And if one of those pieces of plaque breaks off, and if it goes into the brain, we could have a stroke. If it goes down to the heart, we could have a heart attack. And 50% of the people who have heart attacks, I believe, die on the spot. This causes gout, decreased blood flow. So what do the doctors do? Well, we're not going to take the plaque out of here. We're just going to make your blood thinner. Hello, so when you cut yourself, you bleed to death. These people are insane. They want you to take their drugs, and more drugs, and more drugs, until they convince you to get a quadruple bypass, and then they sew you up with stainless steel wire. So they get in there and they start messing with your veins, but all they do is they fix the veins around your heart. Do they fix the veins in here? Do they fix the veins in here? Do they fix the veins in here? No. So you still have the same blood clotting problem all over your body. They just make your blood thinner. Well, if that's grease, why don't they get rid of it? In 1951, so how do you get rid of it? In 1951, a Navy guy, enlisted fellow in the Navy on a carrier, opened a barrel to find out what was in it. And in the 50-gallon barrel was EDTA. And he blacked out and he went down to sick bay. And they found out, he lived, they found out that his veins had become childlike. That when they expanded and contracted, that there were no problems. Now this was during the long before the Vietnam War. Subsequently, what we found out was that the surfactant in kelp, now this is triple blend from Maine Coast sea vegetables, that the surfactant found in kelp, we found people who eat a lot of high levels of seaweed don't get heart disease, was almost, they extracted it and came up with a product almost identical to Immucyst. So all of a sudden in the 70s and 80s, premature babies were living because they were giving them this product, and it was causing their veins to expand and contract and their lungs to clear out so they could breathe. So what we're doing with Immucyst, we don't need the EDTA anymore. It works, but it doesn't work real well. It's natural, it's made in the human body. This from the kelp plant seems to work better. What it does is it grabs onto the plaque, and the surfactant cleans out your veins. In addition, your veins don't crack anymore. So you end up with clean, non-cracking veins. That's what we seem to see this do. It's almost identical to this. The owner of it added something else to change it, and it seems to work better than the surfactant in kelp. Now we also talk about Citricare to kill the fungus so you can lose weight, and we talk about Uncle Harry's breathing mix. Don't worry, the telephone numbers will be in below the video. That's what heart disease is. That's what it does to you, and that's how to get rid of it. It's that simple. We've had call after call after call from people who were blinded from a stroke, who couldn't speak after a stroke, and they are now speaking and they're regaining the vision in their eyes. Unbelievable the things that are happening with this product and this product. Citricare will sell you this, this, and this, or you can call the companies directly. I get this, I still use this maybe once every 2 weeks, but I use this 15 drops a day. I use this about 20 drops once a week, and I use this a lot, especially when it's not raining and the air is really dirty. I put that in my tea. The other thing you can do with this or Immucyst, if you put on an essential oil, is if you want the essential oil to go into your body or you're taking some kind of medication, and it's not being absorbed through the skin. A lot of people can't tolerate Immucyst, so they they put it on their skin and they rub it in, and then the Immucyst is absorbed into the skin. So that's very good for topical medications. Be careful though, it makes the stuff get absorbed. If you're taking medications, be very careful. You have to check with your doctor, because this doesn't react with anything, but what this does is it makes the medication get absorbed better. And Jane's brother was using 1,500 milligrams of Depakote, and when he took 15 drops of this a day, he reduced the Depakote to 500 milligrams of Depakote. Now, we regrew his brain, and he stopped the Depakote altogether for 3 months. He says, man, I feel great. His brain had regrown at 60 years old, and he literally, the damage in his brain when he was 18 regrew. And the Immucyst, we don't heal you, we just encourage you to eat well. And I also stop eating genetically modified foods. Wheat, corn, beet sugar, canola oil. Canola oil makes the cows sick in the cattle fields. So why would you eat canola oil? We found out that Costco seaweed has canola oil in it. Eck. But if you've got cancer, who cares? Get rid of the cancer, then go down the progression of eliminating bread. We eat spelt bread. It's nationwide. It's the original wheat. We eat non-GMO organic corn. That's what we make our cornbread out of. And we pretty well reduce the sugar, and we use no artificial sugars. None. The pink stuff fattens you up. The blue stuff was designed to kill ants and mice. The green stuff, the stevia, makes you sterile. The yellow stuff bleaches your insides. I don't know what that does to you, but a doctor told me they opened up a guy and his insides were white, and he was using a lot of that yellow artificial stuff. So that's it. That's the cure for heart disease. It's that simple, folks. You thought it'd be a big, long thing. It's not. And that's how you reverse stroke damage. Thank you, folks, for listening. Are we up to about 6 minutes, Jane?
7.
Perfect. Thank you, folks, and have a wonderful night.